Guitar Slingers, Josh Rogers here. Welcome to the first tutorial for Asturias, Leyenda by famous Spanish composer Isaac Albeniz. Today I'm going to be covering how to play the first section of the song, which is probably the most recognizable part. I have two other tutorials, tutorial number 2 and tutorial number 3. They cover the middle section and the capo or final section respectively. I'm going to explain it in what I think is the best way possible, fingering, and in between each of these you're going to do an open B. So I'm not going to say open B all the time. This is how it's going to go. One thing that I do that I don't know if other guitar teachers do is I always leave some quick timing indications down in the description below. So you should click on that, and what that will allow you to do, if you have my tabs, you can find your way so quickly to a particular bar in the song. I group everything in bars of 4. So if you have my tabs, you click on that description below and there'll be like a blue highlight, and you just click on that, say you want to find bar number 16. You don't want to scroll through 20 minutes of video to try to find that section, you know, so you can just open up the description, click on it, boom, you're there. The less time you waste scrolling, the more time you have to practice and learn these cool songs. First finger, 7th fret on the A string. And the following notes are all on the D string. 9, 10, 7, 9, followed by 10 on the A string. Open B in between each of those notes, like this. Then do it again. Seventh fret on the D string, 9, 10 on the A string, 10 on the D string, 9, 10. Then we do it all again. There, 9, 10 on the A string, 7 on the A string, 10, 8 on the E string. Seventh fret on the E string, that's 9, 10, 7, 9. 9th fret on the A string. We have this sequence. We have 7th fret on the 6th string, 9th fret on the A string, then a series of notes on the D string. 7, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 7, 9, followed by 10, 9 on the A string. I'll do that full sequence. Let me do it again. 7th fret on the 6th string, and 7, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 7, 9, 10 on the A string, 7 on the D string, 9 on the A string. Moving to the first kind of chord. 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the A string, little finger on the 7th fret of the 1st string. And we're going to be playing triplets here. The right hand, thumb sweeps across the 6th and 5th string, so that's open, and 7th fret on the A string. And index and middle, or any 2 fingers you choose, are going to do open B and the 7th fret. It's the same principle. These two notes, open B and the 7th fret on the first string, which is also a B, are going to be in between every other note. So in between, like those kind of notes, you have these two playing like that. I hope that's clear. First bass notes, let's say the bass line. So the 7th fret on the A string. Then we have 4th fret on the G string, 5th fret on the G string, 7th fret on the D string, 4th fret on the G string, then open G string. Let me do it again. Here, 7th fret on the D string, 4th fret on the D string, open G, 7th fret, 4th fret, open G, then back to the beginning. So I'll just do that bit. Let me do it all again. Here we have open G, open B, and 7th fret on the first string, B. First finger on the 7th fret of the A string. Open D, 8th fret on the E string. I'll put that sequence together. Position shift. It's important that you use the correct fingering here, otherwise your fingers are going to get all tied around and messed up. Here we're doing the first rasguedo chord. You can rasguedo that anyhow you want. I usually do little finger, annular finger, middle index like this. There's many ways, you can choose your own way to do it. The chord itself, full bar on the 7th fret, 2nd finger 8th fret on the G string, 4th finger 9th fret on the D string, 3rd finger 9th fret on the A string. So let's try that. That is all happening mainly on the D string, 9, 10, 7, 9, and then 9th fret on the A string. Keep an eye on the fingers that I'm using. I use this fingering here so that I can just plant this chord on a bit more easily. Let's just try that. Rasguedo. Now the picking, between every note now is 2 open Bs. It down. 9th fret on the A string, then the following notes all on the D string. 7, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 7, 9, 10, 9 on the A string. Put that together. Again. It starts off the same. But instead of going to the 7th fret on the D string here, we're going to the 12th fret on the A string, then back to the D string, 9th fret, then back to the 9th fret on the D string. So that's going to sound like this. Now here we have another chord, rasguedo chord. Keep these two fingers on here, 10th fret and 9th fret, and put your 4th finger on the 12th fret of the E string, first string. I'm going to rasguedo all of those. Then we have 9, 10 on the D string, 12 on the A string, 9 on the D string. Back to the 10th fret on the A string, then rasguedo again. Let's try that together. I know it's kind of a bit tricky, but you can do it. Rasguedo. Here we're going 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10. Okay, I hope you got all that. Here you'll notice the last position I moved the first finger, 9, 10. So I didn't do it like this, 9, 10. That's because the next chord is this. Okay, so here that's a bar on the 10th fret, but leaving the open 6th string. And we're doing a familiar like a D7 shape here. Second finger 11th fret on the B string. Third finger 12th fret on the G string. Fourth finger 12th fret on the first string. Then we have, which is one, in my mind, one of the trickier parts of the song. We have this. We have to move very quickly to this chord here. Watch my second finger. I'm going to use a principle I've explained in many of my other tutorials. It's called the guide finger principle. My second finger is going to move to the 8th fret on the B string. So I don't do this. Watch, this is what I do. Slide. Okay, so we've got that. Now let me explain what's going on here. Keep this finger down and you're going to be doing in between everything. So that's 8th fret on the B string and an open E. Okay, let me explain that. That's 10th fret on the G string, then 7th fret on the G string, then 9, 10 on the D string, then 10th fret on the A string. In between, doing 8 and open, 8 open. Here, I do the reverse. I guide finger again, but back up to where it was on the 11th fret. The next part of the song. We've just done this. Instead of going back here, we're going to bar the 7th fret. Okay, so I'm barring the 7th fret, not all of the strings. My second finger is on the 8th fret of the first string. So we're going 7th fret on the D string, 9, 10 on the A string, then back to the 7th fret on the D string, then 7, 9 on the A string. In between each of those we're doing the 7th fret and the 8th fret on the B string and the E string, like this. So let's just run that whole bit from here, from this chord. Following along. I'm going to try to explain this all in one hit. 9, 10, 7, 9 on the D string, open, 7 on the D string, 9 on the A string, open G, 7 on the D string, 9 on the A string, open G, 7th fret, 9th fret, on the A string, open, G, 7th fret on the D string, 9th fret on the A string, open G, then 7th fret, 9th fret on the A string, open G, 7th fret on the A string, open D, 8th fret on the 6th string. Okay, so this part, strum that again. You probably already recognize that. 7th fret on the 6th string, followed by 9, 10, 7, 9 on the D string, 10th fret on the A string, 7th B string, 9, 10 on the A string, 7th fret on the D string, followed by 9 and 10 again on the A string. Then 7, 9, 10 on the A string, 7th fret on the D string, 9, 10 on the A string, followed by 7, 9, 10, 7, 10, 8 on the 6th string. Let's do that whole sequence together. Okay, the next part is this. We're doing the bar again on the B chord that you've seen a few times before. Here, the in-between notes are 8th fret and 7th fret on the G and B strings. So we have 7, 9, and then 9, 10, 8, 9. Here, we have the 7th fret on the 6th string, and the in-between notes are 8th fret on the B string and open E. We have 7th fret on the E string, open G, 10th fret on the D string, 9th fret on the G string, 9, 10 on the D string. Then we do it again. Back here. Okay, I'm going to try to explain this. 7, 9, 9, 10, 8, 10, 9, 10, 8, 10, followed by 9 on the D string, 9 on the A string. Here, there's a lot of guitarists play this a lot of different ways, but the way I do it is to use pizzicato. So I'm going to be doing a palm mute that I've explained in tutorial number 3. We're going to outline a B major arpeggio. Here I'm just resting my palm very lightly, basically right on the bridge and just on the strings. Here I start on the 7th fret E string, then 6th fret on the A string, 9th fret on the A string, and I'm using my 3rd finger, and then I form like the basis of this chord without the bar. So my 4th finger on the 7th fret of the D string, 8th fret G string, and 7, 7 on the B and E strings down here. Let's take that slowly. Form the chord. Then I do the G string, B string, and the E strings again. Then I move up, 11th fret, then 14th fret. Let's put that all together. Followed by a natural harmonic at the 7th fret of the E string. That's the final chord. This is a B major chord. 4th finger on the 7th fret of the E string, 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the A string, and bar across the 4th fret here. You don't have to bar all of the strings because we're only doing 4 of them. 6, 5, 4, 3. I'll just run that again. A great technique to use when you're playing this song for the right hand or your picking hand is full planting. That is to position your fingers on the strings before they're actually needed. Here, for example, I always try to get my index and middle fingers back on the strings together. Put them back on. Always plant, 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 plant. That's how you get a lot of the speed. One of the other things is sometimes I use these two fingers, index and annular. That's when I have to split, like in this section here. What I mean by split is I'm actually skipping a string. I'm doing like a bass string somewhere and I'm doing the G string and the E string. You can use index middle if you want to, that's fine, but I just use my index and annular when I'm doing the skips. Yeah, that's index and annular I'm using. Back to index and middle. Index annular. Index middle. Now here in some places you might really want to bring that bass line out. In certain notes like I'm sort of giving that E on the 7th fret of the A string, a bit more oomph there. And that just helps to shape the tune to keep the listener engaged in your interpretation or engaged in your performance. If you just play it all the same volume or you don't give anything emphasis, it can all start to get a bit washy and sounding the same. And whilst it's still cool, I mean it's an amazing piece, just the sheer speed of it and the energy of it keeps the listener attracted. Accenting certain notes here and there can really keep them fully engaged with what you're doing. Rushing. Up to you. I try to avoid telling you how to play something interpretation wise. All I'm trying to do is just give you little hints and tips to make people feel like this when they're listening to you. If you want them to concentrate on what you're doing, you have to constantly sort of take them on this ride. That's how I feel anyway. I've had some good teachers down through the years explain these tips to me. After a while it just becomes a kind of an organic part of your performance. We've made it. There's 2 more tutorials to check out, please do. If you want the tabs and if you've enjoyed what I've done, subscribe to my channel, leave a little message, comment down in the comment section below, give me a thumbs up, that's really cool, and let me know what you might like me to teach next. Okay, that's it from me. As you know, let your fingers fly.